Half these Dragon Ball ones I'm just not gonna recognize. Emperor Pilaf. I don't know if it's fair for me to rank it if I only like vaguely remember it, you know? He's there. He looks old. I know he gets younger in the future. I always thought he was somewhat funny, I guess. I didn't like that he had a friend who was a dog. It always freaked me out. I don't know. I don't have any like real positive things about it. Any tournament, it says tournament saga. I don't know who's fighting and I don't really remember this, but any tournament arc in Dragon Ball was like really good. So I'd put that in A tier. God, I don't remember any of this. The Red Ribbon Army Saga. I remember that. That was with like 8, the Android 8 or whatever, and like all that stuff. That was really good. I like that. Or at least I have. When I say I like that, I mean if I reach back in my memory like 17 years ago, back when I first watched it on TV casually as a casual 5-year-old fan, I remember liking it. So that's why it's so high. General Blue. This guy. Look, everything's going in A tier. All right, you know, in fairness, let's move the Red Ribbon down a bit. But this guy, he terrified me as a kid. He was. I think I legitimately like had nightmares about this guy. The fact that he could look at someone and freeze them. And I remember Goku was frozen and it was like he couldn't breathe or anything. It was so terrifying. All because this guy just looked at him. I'm like, how do you beat someone like that? Like, what if he wants to kill you, he could just kill you. Like, but just looking at you. Like, this was terrifying. God, him and Android 17 are like two of my most frightening villains in all of fiction. At least when I was younger. God. Android 17, I don't know why he's so scary. It's just like his voice. He's so like monotone, but he's so dangerous at the same time. Oh god. Anyway. Commander Red Saga. I don't even know if I've seen this because I don't recognize it. So I'll say not sure, didn't consume. Fortune Teller Baba, I remember that. That was fine. That was the one where Gohan comes back and he like fights him for a day, right? Or something. Yeah, it was okay. I don't remember anything about this stuff. Tian Shinhan Saga. I also don't know if I've ever seen this, but I know Tian. Would this be the arc where what even happens? How does he even meet him? Oh my god, my memory of Dragon Ball is so spotty. I know that he and Chaozu are fighting in the tournament for this like Master Roshi competitor guy. I don't know. I'll put it in C tier because I remember it somewhat, but nothing amazing really stood out. It's better than the Pilaf stuff. King Piccolo, I don't think I've actually seen this. I think I've only seen clips of the King Piccolo arc on YouTube. Like I've seen the final fight where like Goku fights Piccolo and the second, like the previous penultimate fight where he like bursts through his chest or something, but I don't think I've seen any of them. Tien's introduced in the second tournament. Right, okay. Well, I do like tournaments. Yeah. Piccolo Jr., I definitely have not seen that arc. You know what was crazy to me? Like, I had no idea that at the end of Dragon Ball, Goku grows up and becomes an adult. I had no idea. I thought, like, the whole distinction was that Dragon Ball is when he's a kid and Dragon Ball Z is, like, when he is older. But this was, like, maybe 6 or 7 years ago. I learned that he was, like, older at the end of Dragon Ball. And I was like, what the hell? It's crazy. Oh, God. Raditz Saga. I feel like everything in Dragon Ball I probably enjoyed. Actually, the tournaments I think I enjoyed more than some arcs in Dragon Ball. But generally, everything in Dragon Ball I enjoyed more than Dragon Ball Z I enjoyed more than Dragon Ball. But it's not an A tier. Wait, maybe let's reshuffle this, right? I think this can go down because I just don't remember it that much. But you did say it was a tournament arc. But in fairness, I don't think I remember the details of it. Let's move everything down a tier except for the tournament saga in an A. Raditz is probably B because it's fun. It's like a recontextualization of the world where it's like, oh my god, there's aliens now. Goku's an alien, crazy. It's the first of the long extended power-up fights. It's cool that Gohan, like, you get the first reveal of his, like, oh my god, there's something special about him. He's gonna attack Raditz here. But in fairness, I don't think I've seen this arc for... Because basically, when I was in, like, year 11 or 12 of high school, that was when I rewatched Dragon Ball Z. And when I say rewatched, I mean I was playing games on my computer, having YouTube videos up on my monitor, and on my iPad, I would watch episodes of Dragon Ball Z on the side. So I wasn't paying too much attention, but I did get through it. But I think I skipped the Raditz arc. Like, I think I started toward the end of the Frieza saga from memory. So I don't think I've seen this in a very long time. But the Vegeta stuff with Nappa, this is a fantastic arc. It's like you got so many characters all coming in, they're all fighting, it's all building up and everyone's dying until Goku gets there and Goku shows up and beats everyone. It's so cool. I remember the giant scissors was like the most genius idea I'd seen in my life when I first saw that happen. Yeah, you get the first Great Ape form, like the first time we see it. in terms of like explaining it, what do you even say? Like we get the first time that someone is able to control it, if you know what I mean. Which is scary. I don't know. It's cool. I like it a lot. Great arc. The Namek Saga. Let me think. So I do like the end of this a lot. With Super Saiyan and all that. I like Frieza, but I think the beginning was a bit too much build up. A bit too slow to get to something interesting. So again, it's an A tier. I like it quite a lot. I'm sure we'll get some more that are lower and higher, so we'll bounce this out. I think I liked it. I probably liked it more than. Yeah, I did like it more than the. Did I like it more than the Vegeta stuff? Oh, now I don't even know. Yeah, definitely. If you include the stuff at the end, it has to be. Yeah, all the transformations. Yeah, definitely. Do I like it more than the Dragon Ball arc? I don't think so. I don't know what this monster is, but like I'm just treating this as like every Dragon Ball arc basically, right? All in one. Like when he fights Master Roshi, when he fights whoever else that I don't remember. God, it's so good. Anyway, hate how every tier list breaks the arcs into like 5 different sub arcs. Is that true? I don't even know. Oh my god, you're right. Captain Ginyu Saga. Oh my god, okay. So this is the beginning of the Namek Saga. So fair enough. That'll go at the bottom of B tier. Captain Ginyu, now that's where more of what I was thinking. I completely forgot about this actually when I was thinking about it before, but another terrifying villain who can swap bodies and stuff. God, that was fun. Seeing the Ginyu squad, this is some peak stuff. God, this reminds me, back when I was a kid, and I wasn't like ridiculously young. Like I watched Dragon Ball when I think I was like 4 or 5. Like I was very young when I watched it, and I was a big fan at that time. But like when I was a bit older, like maybe 10 to 13, something. No, maybe 13 is a bit too old. Maybe like 10 to 11. There was these chips, like salt and vinegar chips or something. And inside they'd have like, I think it was salt and vinegar chips, something like that. And they'd have these like little like packets. Like sometimes you get like cards for something. Sometimes you'd get little like twisty things that you can like spin around. At one point they had Dragon Ball Z. What do you even call it? It's like this like it's a disc. It has like 2 like sharp bits at the end, and you can create like I think a spinner thing. And I collected those when I was like 10 or 11, and I think I had like every character. It was crazy. And they had this really cool like Super Saiyan 3 ones, which was like, or at least for Goku was the one I remember, where it would like have a hologram and you like turn it side to side. God, what am I thinking of? How do I even look this up? Dragon Ball Z. What do you even call this? Like a chip packet card. No, it's not these, but I also had these. It's not what I'm thinking of though. Oh, these, whatever these are. Tazo. That sounds familiar. Dragon Ball Z Tazo. Oh my god, I had so many of these. And they all have like numbers on them. I think it was like a game or something that I just never understood. Yeah, it had numbers and it had like different variations and stuff, and the colors around them were different. God, I had like so many of these. It was insane. And what I would do is like I'd get like blue tack and I'd stick it to the back of my door. So as soon as you like open my bedroom door and close the door and look at the back of it, I had like 150 of those just like stuck up on my door of all these Dragon Ball Z characters. God, it was crazy. Where's the 3D one? I want to see the 3D one. Wait, holographic? Is that what you? Oh, here it is. Oh my god. You turn it side to side and you see like a holographic image of like Super Saiyan 3 Goku. God, $59. I still have like unless I threw it out, I have like 3 of these. I could make like $150. My god. Anyway, crazy. Sorry for that tangent. God, the early 2000s, it was a different time. Frieza stuff. This is the best stuff in that arc. Probably just below, like I said before, Super Saiyan, Krillin dying, Goku doing cool stuff, the dragon coming, making a wish. God, it's so awesome. Garlic Jr. I also don't know. This might be something that I never saw, because I know about it now through the TFS thing where they kind of skipped over it. But I don't really remember it that well. So I don't know if I just missed it or if they didn't air it at the time. I don't know. But from what I remember, it's like a somewhat C tier. It wasn't too enjoyable. Trunks Saga. All right, how do they split this? So Trunks, Android, Imperfect, Perfect, Cell Games. Jesus Christ. All right. Trunks Saga. The early stuff is really good. It's definitely better than the Frieza stuff. Like just the day in the life, seeing how everyone's doing after this Frieza stuff. Vegeta in his like pink shirt, my god. Then they show up at the where Frieza shows up and Trunks pulls his sword out and kills him, and then like Goku shows up and he like fights him with his finger. Like this is all some really cool stuff. I like that a lot. Then there's the Android Saga, which is even better than that. We get androids I guess 19 and 20 initially, and they were terrifying. Talking about, like, remember that clown one? What was it? Android 19? Is that what it was? Android 19. God, when he like puts his hand out and he can suck Goku's energy out. Oh god, it's scary. And then we got these two androids, and they look so cool. And Android 18 is like so hot, and oh my god. And Android 16 is like big and scary, and but he's actually so kind and gentle. I love the Android stuff. Imperfect Cell, it's a bit of a, it's a build up. It's a build up arc, where he's going around slowly. He's collecting his energy. He's fighting a bunch of people. But he's not quite the Cell that I love yet. All right, he's got his weird appearance, weird voice. It's not the same kind of guy. Perfect Cell. Is this I think this is the first one that I like more than a Dragon Ball arc. This is would this be S tier? Yeah, this would be S tier. Come on. It's just Cell is so great. He's just there to fight. Like he's kind of like a Saiyan, whereas like he wants to fight for the sake of fighting. And there's a tournament. You know how much I love tournaments, and there's one in Dragon Ball Z because of this guy. It's the Gohan stuff. Or first, it's like we actually get to see Goku fight for once, like as a Super Saiyan, like fully fight, like an actual fight, and he seems to lose, which is interesting. We get to see obviously the Gohan stuff in Super Saiyan 2, and the way it finishes with the big beam struggle. Like this is prototypical Dragon Ball Z that I like so much. Oh no, but oh my god, this is the actual thing I'm talking about. So what is this? What is this then? I guess this is like, I put it in top of the A tier. So this is when he's like going around and he's trying to, like, he's establishing the cell. Now, you know what? This is also S tier, when he's like going around at all the news stations and stuff, and he's like building his, he built his arena, and god, that's some good stuff, right? Anyway, that's the S tier end of the Cell Saga, right? We got through an S tier, amazing. Okay. This Otherworld tournament I really liked. God, there's so many in A tier. It's better than any of the Frieza stuff. It's just another tournament. Dragon Ball Z should just be tournaments, like good tournaments, not like the Tournament of Power, but like actual good ones. Like the Otherworld one. Like, it's so cool because Goku gets to fight in this place where there's just this is the original Tournament of Power, where it's like people coming from all across the universe, that people who you've never seen before, people who Goku has never seen before, with all their cool little different techniques and like origin stories, and they're all dead, which is interesting, which means something killed them, which is certainly interesting. This is really cool. You know what, now that I think, no, it's not better than, it could be better than the Imperfect Cell. It's not better than the Trunk stuff, but I really like this. And just the fact that Goku is a Super Saiyan, but he has he's struggling against this guy. Crazy. I don't remember how that ended though. How did he beat him? He didn't go Super Saiyan 2 or something, I don't think. I don't even know. Whatever. Then we got the Great Saiyaman stuff. This is probably worse than the Trunk stuff. I don't remember too much about it. It's basically just like a Gohan school arc, which is nice and fun. I enjoyed that. We meet Videl. It's like a peacetime after. No, you know what? I don't think it's better than I think the Otherworld saga is better. But yeah, it's kind of a peacetime arc, but like school related. Here we go. S tier, top of S tier so far. Another tournament. You know how much I love my tournaments. If you've been watching this, God, it's just so. How can I even? It's so cool. Like everyone is the build up to this tournament, where it's like everyone is going to be involved. Like it's the converging of all these different storylines with like Gohan and Videl and Goten and Trunks and Vegeta and Goku, and now we got the Kai's getting involved, and we've got like the actual main overarching plot of Buu gets started here. Like it's all converging on this one tournament, which is so cool. And I don't remember any particular fights from it besides the Videl one, which scarred me as a kid, but it's just so good. Oh, I guess I remember a few. Like I remember Gohan like freezing or getting frozen by Kibito while Spopovich or Yamu, one of them, like sucks his energy out. That was scary. I remember I think it was Piccolo like surrendering to Shin just because Shin looked at him. Yeah, there are some cool like standoffs, I guess, but not too much fighting there I remember particularly, but that stuff was good. Then we get the Majin Buu saga, so I'm assuming, yeah, so this is before the fusion. So this is like basically the whole build up when they go to the ship and they fight on all the different levels, and they're like Majin Vegeta, and they fight, and Vegeta sacrifice, one of the best scenes in all of Dragon Ball Z. I remember I had this arc, like the first, like when they go on the ship with or Bibbidi's ship, I don't know who, or Bobbidi, what did they, Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo, I guess Bibbidi, that's his name. Yeah, I had that ship on a, what do you even call it? A VCR? Like a video, like one of those tapes with like 2 holes, and you stick it in like a DVD, not DVD, a video. What do you even call them? I don't a VCR machine, I guess. I don't know. I put it in one of those, and I would watch that a few times, so that was fun. Um, Fusion Saga, is it better than the Boo stuff? Probably. I love Fusion. No, you know what? It's not better than the Boo stuff. Yeah, you know what? It's also not better than the tournament stuff. Now that I think about it, it's not too much. Like Fusion is really fun of a concept. It's one of those similar to the Kamehameha, where it's like, oh my god, I could do this. Like in my personal life, at least I thought so when I was 5 years old. Fusion kind of felt like that too, where I was like, oh my god, if I just find someone who's like my perfect height and my perfect strength, maybe we can learn this technique and we can fuse. Wouldn't that be really cool? This is one of those like, oh maybe this could happen. You know, one of those things. Oh, similar to like in the Great Saiyaman arc. I didn't mention this, but like Videl learning to fly is one of the most like awe-inspiring things in. I think I've talked about this previous on a stream, whereas like I would try and do it when I was a kid and be like, oh, if I just do like what Gohan says, maybe I could fly too. It's crazy. God, I was an idiot when I was so young. Crazy. Anyway, Fusion, cool. Super Saiyan 3, cool. Boo going around doing things, cool. Wait a minute. The next is the Kid Buu saga. This stuff is way better than. Okay, so this includes. This is the best arc so far. This includes like everything, like all the Super Buu fights, the fact that Mr. Satan like helps Buu out and turns him into a good guy, a bee getting shot, the like Gotenks or Buu initially getting trapped in the hyperbolic time chamber, screaming so loud that he tears the dimension apart and breaks out like crazy, killing everyone. He succeeds. He turns them all into not monsters. He turns them all into like eggs and food and candy bars and stuff and eats them. Actually, I don't know if he eats them. Maybe he doesn't. Then there's like, how is this alone feels like it could be its own arc, because there's so many different like transformations. Like you got the evil Buu, and you got the super Buu, and you got Buu tanks, and when he eats Piccolo, I don't even know what that form is called, and he absorbs Mystic Buu, and he gets like Buhan or whatever they call him. You get the whole like side arc with like breaking the sea sword and getting old Kai out. Like this is massive. Like so much happens here. This is probably so far, it definitely is the best arc in Dragon Ball Z, at least my favorite. God, it's so fun. So much happens there. Then, you know, better than that, the Kid Buu arc. Oh, Jesus. I don't even have words for this. I remember watching this on TV, like so vividly, like every episode of this. God, it's so good. Like how do we even like, this arc also include, I don't know which one I would include it in, but when they're inside Buu, and oh God, it's so good. But when they come out and Buu transforms and he's like, you're like, what's going to happen now? Like you've taken, it's one of those like, it's not a mystery black hole, but it kind of relates to that, where it's like, you've taken out Buu from inside of Buu. What does that even mean? Like, he turns into a kid. It's crazy. Like first he like buffs up and you see his old like buff form, and then he like turns into this little kid and you're like, oh my God, what's happening? And you're like, is he good now? Is he like bad? Is he a kid, which means he's weak? What's his personality going to be like? It's so like the build up of like his transformation here into Kid Buu is so, at least when I watched it, I remember it so well, just being so engaged. And then I just like, I know it's not canon, but like when you get the actual Buu backstory and you see that like this is the original Buu, and it's like he might not be as strong as like Buhan or like some of the other Super Buu forms, but he is pure evil. He doesn't care about like destruction. He will destroy the planet, and he actually does. He's the first person, I think, to succeed in destroying the planet and everyone dying. And it's like, oh my God, this guy's a threat. And just that scene when they're like trying to outrun his ball, and like at least in the dub where Goku like freaks out and he's talking about how like that's way too much energy for us. God, it's so good. This stuff is so good. And that's just like the first like few episodes of this arc. This is my favorite arc in Dragon Ball Z, one of my favorite arcs in all of things that I've ever seen. I love it so much. What else? Like even Vegeta, like in the right at the end when he's like talking about how much he like hated Kakarot, and now how he finally admits that like he's better than him. It's like it's so good. What else? What else is so good? Like the fact that like Buu fighting Kid Buu, Mr. Satan coming in at the end, and like his reputation, and him being able to actually make a difference now. So the giant spirit bomb was really cool. The Goku's like cool like thing he does like this or something when he like goes Super Saiyan and like finally pushes the blast and it destroys Buu. The fact that Kid Buu actually pushes back the spirit bomb, when like you think that it's gonna like, okay, we've charged it up, we're doing our big push, it's gonna kill him, but he just pushes it back, and it's like this monster is unstoppable. God, it's so good. There's so much more as well. I just like when Vegeta is buying time and he's like getting killed, and I don't even, you know what, that's probably enough of this. I hope you understand how much I like this arc. This is an amazing arc, right? Peaceful world stuff is also really great. Oh god, you get Pan. Pan is so cute. Pan is so cute in this Dragon Ball Z. Oh, she's not as cute in GT because she's a bit older, but she's like this little baby Pan, and she's so strong as well, which is so cute. I guess the first thing I think of when I think of this, but it's another tournament arc. You know how much I love my tournament arcs. Is it better than? Yeah, it probably is. It's probably better than the Cell games. Not quite as like intense and build up and all that of this Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball. Gee, they're all Dragon Ball. The Boo tournament. But what can I say? Another tournament. You know, Oob. The fact that he's reincarnated. What a plot twist! And it's not really a plot twist, but when I was a kid, I was like, this is crazy. I can't believe it. This guy's Boo. He kind of looks like Kid Boo, I guess, in a way. God, you know what? Now that I think about it, no, it's probably not quite as good as this. Perfect Cell is better than the Perfect Cell going around news stations and stuff though. God, great stuff. All right. Oh my god, this is taking a while. There's also GT. All right. God, maybe I should have chosen a shorter list. Jesus Christ. I don't think I'm even making a video out of this. I'm just doing this for the fun of it. God. The Black Star Dragon Ball Saga. This is the worst arc in Dragon Ball GT, but it is also quite fun. I'd give it a bottom of B tier. You know, it's not bad. It's better than all these, definitely. The beginning of GT is really good when it's like you're following these characters right after the Buu saga, basically, where you got like Goku and Oob fighting and practicing, and they're like so strong that they're breaking this. The lookout, the turning into a kid thing was scary, but also really cool. I don't know. The beginning stuff is fine, but when they're going around all these planets and stuff, it's like it gets a little bit repetitive. I really like Pan. She's not as cute as she was in like the ending of Dragon Ball Z, but she's fun to watch, I guess. She's endearing in her like annoyingness, I guess. I talked about this in one of my videos in my like everything I've seen part 2, I think. But yeah, anyway, the Baby Saga is really good. It's definitely A tier, but where would it sit here? Okay, God, is it better than is anything in Dragon Ball GT better than anything in Dragon Ball Z besides this random thing? I don't know. The Baby Saga was good because of it's the first, like, it truly feels like a unique threat where the entire world is getting converted into basically zombies or basically part of a hive mind of Kid Buu. Oh, not Kid Buu, Jesus Christ, of Baby. And it kind of ties into the previous arc as well because, like, Baby was involved there. He was, like, the creation of what they were doing. I think this is maybe the scariest that Dragon Ball ever is because he basically wins and there's, like... it all comes down to undoing everything that he has already established. Dragon Ball Super Saiyan 4. You know what? The more I think about this is really good. Super Saiyan 4 is introduced here. Is it better? You know what? It probably is better than the Raditz stuff, honestly. But I don't think it's better than any of the other stuff there. Oh god, we're almost there. Let me drink some water. Super 17 Saga. I think that's like 7 episodes or something. It's really short. Probably not even 7 episodes. I don't know, this guy's scary. He gets stronger the more you attack him. Super Saiyan, I didn't like how Super Saiyan 4, like, as soon as it got introduced in the Baby Saga, it suddenly became very weak. Like, I mean, it didn't become weak, but Super 17 was so incredibly strong that it kind of undermined the transformation of Super Saiyan 4, I guess I would say. But I don't know, I liked him. It was interesting. The fun times where we've got Goku in... on Earth, or was he in Hell? I don't know. One of them was in Hell and Piccolo was on the other side. They were like bridging their energy so they could break across. That was really cool. And seeing the bricks like float up, that always stuck with me. It was fun. I like this arc quite a lot. Probably not as good as the Raditz Saga. Shadow Dragon Saga. Now this is an S tier arc. Well, okay, in fairness, it's probably not deserving of S tier. I'd put it at the top of A tier. Because it's so hit and miss. Like some of the dragons are not interesting. Some of them are like the most interesting in all of Dragon Ball. And particularly the ones I'm thinking of Nova and Ice. I really like those. And of course Omega Shenron. I thought it was really cool. And you got Dragon Ball. Why am I saying Dragon Ball? And you've got Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, who was the coolest, the most powerful. God, it's so cool. What a cool design. Orange hair. Look at this guy. Ready? For Gogeta. Look how cool he looks. God. He's like Goku, but with orange hair. My god, or red hair, I guess, in this video. and he was so strong, and he like did the Kamehameha, but it was like a I don't even know what you call it, a party popper, I guess. I don't know, it was awesome. Anyway, now we get to this terrible series, Dragon Ball Super. I'm gonna go quicker through these because I've already talked about Dragon Ball Super in the past. I'm gonna treat these as the movies because the movies are just like infinitely better than the actual series. Beerus was good. It's not quite Baby Saga, I don't think. It was mildly fun. It opens up the universe a little bit. The Dragon Ball. Why do I keep saying that? The Super Saiyan God was somewhat interesting. I didn't really like how it looked. It was just like the same, but with red hair and red eyes. I don't know. I wasn't too much of a fan of that. But it was so exciting, the fact that Dragon Ball came back at all. So it kind of made up for it. Golden Frieza Saga was, slightly worse than this. It's cool. You get the Super Saiyan Blue. Frieza comes back. He's golden. It's nice. Vegeta and Goku are training together. It's fun stuff. Now we get into the good stuff, right? This is definitely A tier. This is the first arc, which is kind of new if you're watching Dragon Ball Super on its own, because all the previous ones were just from movies. It's cool. It's another tournament. You know how much I love my tournaments. Hit was really cool ability. It was a fun, like, matchup of different universes. It's the same reason I gave the, where did I put it? The Otherworld tournament. Yeah, which is that you're meeting these new people who you don't know anything about them. And they could have any rules in their universe. Like, who knows what type of things are like common there versus are common in our universe. And I don't know, it was really cool. Copy Vegeta, this was terrible. I don't think I enjoyed a single thing about this. Yeah, it's probably worse than all of these, yeah. Future Trunks. This was when Dragon Ball Super started to feel like Dragon Ball Z, and it was like really cool. But where does it go? It's better than the Great Saiyaman. Yeah, and I don't think it's quite as good as any of these. But it was fun. A lot of time travel. You know how much I love time travel, if you know me, Doctor Who and all that. The reveal of Goku Black was really cool. The scene between Trunks and Android 18, that made me cry, which is crazy to think about. Good stuff. The universe survival arrow. How have they broke this up? Oh, I guess just the universe of power arc. Despite how much I hate it, I enjoyed it quite a lot, okay? It's not quite as... it probably is better than the Future Trunks saga, just because of, like, it's so hit and miss. Most of it is really bad. The concept of it is terrible. It's dragged out incredibly. The animation, it is undoubtedly infinitely better than where the series started, but there's some episodes here that aren't quite as good as what you would hope from such a popular series. But for the most part, it looks great. The characters are all fun. Jiren was a really fun fight, one of the hypest things I've seen. Episodes, 109 or something, 110? I don't remember what it was. It was a great episode, whatever it was, that double drop. You get the introduction to that music that became a meme, where it's like, dun, 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 dun. You know that one? That got introduced there? God, I remember watching that episode. I was in Canada at the time, and I had a friend in my visual arts class. Yes, I did visual arts in Canada, right? Well, I guess it was digital art technically, because we like learned about Photoshop. Even though I already knew Photoshop, so I was at an advantage anyway. Yeah, we talked about that episode, like, because we were both like talking about Dragon Ball and stuff, and we were so excited for Super every week. And God, that was an exciting week to talk about that episode. What else is there? The final episode is really great, but I've said that a million times before. It's just so much. There's a few episodes in here that look really good though. Like some of the best Dragon Ball has ever looked, which is interesting to think about. But anyway, oh my God, Miller's still here. Do you like Ribrianne? Yeah, she's kind of funny. I like her. I like her when I like her and Vegeta fighting. Was that a whole episode? I don't even remember, but if it was, it's like, what a matchup. Am I right? God. Yeah. She was fine. I liked her. I didn't have any problem. When I noticed it was like, oh my God, it's a Ribrianne episode, I wasn't disappointed. I was like, this is fun. I like Ribrianne. It is what it is. But maybe I've softened over time. I don't exactly remember what I thought. But thinking back at least, I'm like, yeah, well, Ribrianne. I love that character. Broly, it's not, in fairness, it's not like, it's good for very different reasons than everything else. It's probably the best thing Dragon Ball's ever made. But I'll put it below the Kid Buu saga because this like stands out so amazingly. But in terms of visuals, it's the best Dragon Ball has looked, and it's the best Dragon Ball will ever look. But it's basically like half the movie is just one fight. and it just keeps escalating and escalating and escalating, and you get fusion. You and not only do you get fusion, but you get fusion, and the results of the fusion is untouched. Like Broly doesn't get a single hit on him at all. He completely eviscerates Broly, and it was so cool. God, it's a great movie. It just looks good, and it's just amazing in terms of like fighting choreography and everything. I love this movie. It might be my favorite fight in anything that I've seen, like in terms of animation and like choreography and stuff. Like the hype of a fight, this is probably the hype. Like even just the chanting where they're like, go Broly, go Broly, go Vegeta. You know, like that song. God, it's so good. What a genius idea to put that in. God, anyway. Ribrianne versus 18 is cool. They both love people. Is that when she became really big? No, that was someone else that 18 fought who was really big. Anyway. God, I remember when Android 17 hit Ribrianne during a transformation or whatever. God, or was that like someone else? I don't know. Small things I don't remember, but God, it was great. Anyway, let me finish this off. Oh, I don't actually know any of these. Galactic, no wait. Oh wait, one of these would be the movie, right? No, I don't know any of these. The prisoner thing. No idea what this is. Superhero. Oh, superhero. Wait, let me drink some water. Superhero was pretty good. I enjoyed watching it. It was an incredible disappointment from like how great Broly looked compared to how like just passable this looked in terms of like quality, like in terms of like art and stuff. I guess it is 3D, so it's like you can't really compare them, I guess. But Broly just looked. It's like incredible how much of a step down it just was from Broly, where it's like if they can do this, why don't they just do this every time? Like it just looks so much better. Anyway, it's probably like way harder to do something like Broly than it is this, but I don't know, whatever. Story wise, it was okay. Like it was fun, mildly fun. I liked what did I actually like about this? I didn't like the comedy. I kind of liked Piccolo's role in it. Like he played a somewhat sizable role, looking after Pan. Like seeing their relationship was cute. I don't know. The villain at the end was really lame, like the big cell guy, but he was like a nice brick wall to kind of power up toward. It's okay. Gohan got a weird, goofy looking transformation. It's okay. It was generally just a good movie, you know, nice solid B tier movie. Doesn't particularly get me excited about the future of Dragon Ball, but like Broly did, this got me so excited. This was like, oh yeah, okay, I might watch a future movie if it comes out. But yeah. Anyway, that's Dragon Ball. Crazy. That took way longer than I thought, because I thought each of these were individual arcs, but no, we split up the arcs into like 4 parts. Crazy.